I'm just going to have to wait a little bit longer.
Yeah, probably got 2 months, I think we'll be okay.
Yeah.
But prior to that, though, it's the first full week of August. This is the dog days of summer.
I know.
It's the hottest time of year for us here in New Orleans, for those maybe watching that aren't familiar with our weather. It's average high is 92 degrees this time of year.
And it's hot out
that's
there.
What we'll be. It's already 90 at this time.
Yeah, and you can feel it.
And it feels like over 100. So,
but it's beautiful. Look at that.
Yeah, it's not bad. We don't have all those storms popping up yet. And we will see some storms today, but not near the coverage of storms coverage that we had yesterday. So that's at least some good news. But right now, though, with some partly cloudy skies, it's starting to heat up out there. And notice the radar not lighting up with a lot of rain. A couple of showers kind of building the way up to parts of Lutcher back to Morgan City area. Thibodeau, Homa nearby, a couple showers and sprinkles, but that's about it. Little ground clouds showing up here, but what I'll be waiting for later today is the sea breeze to kick in, the lake breeze to kick in as well. But notice kind of the flow here from northwest to southeast. So watching these cluster of storms up near Shreveport, Ruston area back to Monroe, they are diving the way southeastward here. Cluster rain up near the Macomb area too. As this continues on that track, if it holds together, it should develop more storms and continue to develop the storms as it works its way to the North Shore, heading to the afternoon hours today. That combined, you can see with the sea breeze kind of kicking up from the south, and they converge there and produce a better coverage and chance of rain north of the lake. With high pressure off to the east of us, you have that onshore flow continuing to come on in, and that's producing a lot of that moisture. And the trough of low pressure we were talking about still sitting over the eastern half of the country. That's helping to bring the bigger storms over to the Florida Panhandle. Not a great beach day out there, but high pressure, this big ridge of high pressure over the Four Corners region, that's going to work its way off to the east and south a little more, kind of center itself over Texas as we get toward the end of the week and weekend. And we'll be close enough to it that we'll feel some of the impacts. Those impacts, fewer storms and hotter temperatures. Texas should have highs in the 100s. That's the air temperature out there. We won't get to the 100s here, but we'll definitely be within a few degrees of that, believe it or not, by the weekend. So hotter with some scattered storms out there for the day today. Fewer storms for the rest of the week, but it stays very hot with highs in the 90s. We'll feel like 100 to 105, maybe a little later this week, close to 110 degrees in a few places. So do be prepared for the heat to come on in. As for the chance for rain, about 30-40% out there today, tomorrow, and dropping down about 20% heading on into Friday. And you'll see right now, though, 90 degrees our temperature with a dew point of 76. It feels like 101 out there here in town right now. And north of the lake, we are 88 degrees, our cool spot, if you will, in Hammond, 90 Slidell to Gulfport. Lakefront Airport's the overall cool spot at 87 with 89 in the Belle Chase area. There's 87 also down in Boothville. But you factor in that humidity. Again, I think the Belle Chase number is a little high there, but the rest of us, 101 Kenner, 103 Gonzales, Gulfport, Boothville, Porphyry, Sean, Bogalusa at 100. Yeah, it's pretty toasty out there, so take it easy today. Keep yourself hydrated. Take frequent breaks if you have to be outside for an extended period of time. We'll feel like 102, maybe as much as 103, all the way to about dinner time tonight, 5, 6 o'clock. And then finally, there's a feel like temperatures do drop back down into the 90s. Now, air temperatures should get up to lower 90s, about 92 eventually here, probably by the 4 o'clock time frame. 20-30% chance of storms very likely for the day today. So we're not going to be totally dry, but not as bad as we were again yesterday. 92 of the high there from Kenner back to Hammond and Macomb. 94 Bogalusa, Slidell around 91 degrees, and just about everyone else doing with the 90s too. Homa could get up to 94. Here you go, 1 o'clock. Some of the storms from Homa back to Slidell developing. There's some of the ones up to the North Shore I was talking about that may come in from the north and may continue kind of maybe clipping Bogalusa to Slidell by 6 o'clock this evening. A few could try to develop here on the South Shore, and then more of those kind of working the way in, but dying as they get to the lake by 10 o'clock tonight. Overnight tonight, pretty much quiet weather, and for tomorrow, from lunchtime to the afternoon, a little more coverage of rain. Still some scattered showers and storms expected to continue through about 6 o'clock there north of the lake. Good news with the tropics, nothing to worry about. No development from the Gulf of Mexico or Caribbean the next 5 days, or the Atlantic for that matter. What was Invest 96 kind of looking a little better organized south of Hispaniola, but it's not going to develop in anything. Too much wind shear and dust out in the Atlantic, preventing any kind of storms developing. Pretty healthy wave coming off of Africa, but models are just basically having that one die out as well too. So something we don't need to worry about either. So for today, 92, same for tomorrow, 30-40% chance for storms, then even fewer storms as we get toward the weekend. And temperatures getting up into the mid 90s, feeling like about 105 or greater.